Yeah, our expectations of our offense are as high as they've ever been, and we have a ton of returners from the last couple of years that have garnered a ton of experience on the field, that have matured greatly on and off the field. I think for the first time in a long time, we have talent on the field with a balance of leadership on and off the field. You know, the attackmen like Nicky Aponte and middies like Matt Florence and Mike Sutton and Danny Craig. I mean, we have some legitimate juniors and seniors that are competing and playing for us that are, you know, contributors in all aspects of our program. And if you combine that with the likes of some young faces like Grant Ament and Mac O'Keefe, Kevin Hill, we got a nice complement of people that are you know, hopefully going to do some nice things this year. I think the pace of our play has picked up significantly. I think the IQ of our team has picked up significantly. I think we have a much greater understanding about what we want to try to accomplish when the ball crosses the midline, and I think we're a lot more dynamic. I think we've moved some key pieces from the attack up to the midfield, and Ryan Keenan and Nick Spillane. So I think with the combination of this group that we have this year, you know, I think we're going to be able to run at a much higher pace, play at a much quicker pace, but hopefully continue to keep turnovers down like we did last year and be even more productive than we were in 2016. Yeah, we're excited about the defense as well, and certainly last year was a, you know, kind of a transition year in sorts. You know, in a very tough year emotionally for a lot of guys, in particular Will Schreiner, our goalie. But I thought Will handled himself with great maturity, and with great poise in goal, and had some young men in front of him that were playing for the first time, starting for the first time. Both Mike Aronow and Chris Sabia, both were starters for the first time. Mike had some experience as a freshman, but that combination of a lack of experience and maybe a young man playing in goal a little bit before his time, both mentally and physically, you know, that put us at a disadvantage. I think, you know, coming back with a year under their belt, without the emotional, you know, situation of the tragedy with Connor, maybe with a little bit more perspective. They still have it, but with a little bit more perspective about what his spirit meant to them and how we're going to carry on that legacy. I think it's helped. I think it's helped our guys gain a true perspective about what relationships mean and what it means to be a teammate. And I think we got some really athletic pieces back there, and Coach Toner's doing a wonderful job of collaborating those young men into a more simplistic system this year. I think we've been a little bit complex, especially with some new faces. So I'm hoping that the combination of all those things, the simplicity of our defense, the maturity of the group that we have back there, and the continued spirit and legacy of Connor Darcy living, you know, through not just our goalie, but through the rest of our team is going to be a huge asset for us as we move into 2017. You know, I think any team can look right down the middle and probably predict a great deal of their success through faceoffs and goalies. So we're hoping that Will continues to take strides. We've got some good young goalies that are also battling for some playing time right now. So that's going to be an interesting creation of our depth chart. Will certainly made a case for himself last year and continues to make a case for himself. So we're hoping that his strides are going to help us stabilize the defense and be a little bit better back there. And in the face-off X, we got some great pieces back. Drake Crines is back, coming off a year where he lost it because of injury, and Billy Lombardi is back, who got some very valuable experience from last year, and then Gerard Arceri and Nick McAvoy coming in as freshmen. So there's a little bit of unknown as to how great or how good we can be in those areas, but I think there's certainly cause of excitement more than anything. But we just got to hope that both of those positions align themselves and carry the load for us, because I think we got an offense and a defense that as long as the ball is moving into one end of the field the majority of the time, can be very successful.